Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Bin of Words. This is That Was the News That Was production. And what is in the news? Well, of course, the economy crisis. I don't know about you, I'm affected by it. My food bill's gone up quite a bit. My energy bills, of course. Actually, I was talking to somebody who actually was the physio when I was in hospital, and I bumped into her. I mentioned this, and she told me her energy bill had gone up from £80 to £180. Now let's look at that. That's an increase over 100%. Over 100%. She using that much electricity since then? Or has the energy crisis gone up? There was an article in the paper, and the Prime Minister was asked about this, about a pensioner who's now travelling by bus to save on heating. Of course, our caring Prime Minister said, well, I created the London Bus Pass. He did not create the London Bus Pass. It had been in before. He created the name for it to make it sound a little bit better. I'm going to say I doubt he even thought of the name. It might be beyond his intelligence. People talk about our Prime Minister being a brilliant debater. Well, I watch Prime Minister's Question Times a lot of time, regularly. And all I can see is schoolboy bullying. Actually, the whole House of Parliament seems to be bullying, all this, ridiculous. Let's look at the history, first of all, of what's happened. Now, last budget announcement, not the spring one, the one before, the Chancellor mentioned he would increase benefits and pensions by 3.1%, as was the current rate of inflation. He was warned at the time, because the energy companies were just going to put their bills up, that this would not be enough. But the economists that I've read have all said he was gambling inflation would come down. Well, there's not. Yesterday it was announced inflation is at 9%, the highest it's ever been for 40 years. 40 years. It's terrible. So what do? What can the government do to help us? Well, we've had our saviour come and appear out of nowhere, Mrs. Rachel Maclean, the Minister for Safeguarding. And of course, she had her wise words. She said, you should work more hours. And if you can't get more hours, find a better job. Such things that people would not think of. Problem is, can an employer pay you more hours? And are there better jobs in the area that will pay? Some people are doing 3 jobs, and even then they're struggling. One of the saviours, actual saviours, is the food banks. I've used the food bank. I remember a few years ago I used the food bank. And I asked the person there what sort of people they get. And this is in South London, and she actually said to me, we've had accountants come in because they can't survive. Now, obviously, for people on pensions or benefits, the benefits go up. And it's been said that the Chancellor says there's a problem. The IT system won't allow it. My question is, if the IT system won't allow it, how did you manage the £20 uplift for a week during COVID for people on universal credit? Basically, it's the same sort of system of benefits. But no, we can't manage it. We will survive. And yesterday, when the Prime Minister was challenging Question Time about this, he once again mentioned that incredible thing which I saw in the Chancellor's newsletter, people are going to get another £330 a week, a year extra. Wow, that's not bad. Bad news for people who are working. It's the increase the minimum pay. So if you're earning over the minimum pay, it doesn't mean you're going to get your money increased. No. It just means the people on the minimum pay will get their money increased. And there has been records of that not always happening. If you know a case, let me know. I'll be interested. It is obvious to everybody that benefits must be increased. It's obvious there must be more help for people. But what do you do? What would you do? That's my question to you. If you have an idea, because I will come back to this subject, let me know. Email me at binofwords@writeme, that's WRITEME.com. And I'll have a session in which I'll come out with either solutions. There's no prize, unfortunately, because I've got no money. This is totally my own thing. If you've enjoyed this or felt this might be, not enjoyed, but felt this is pertinent, please share it with one of your friends and subscribe, because soon the new season's starting next week. More guests, more subjects to look at. We are going to concentrate mainly on homelessness and the economy this time. So I thank you very much. And